Welcome. This is Larissa Walrond for PIDP3240 Media Enhanced Learning. This is our call to action reflection plan for how we plan to use media ongoing as an instructor. But first, I would like to thank the ancestors for letting me be here. Without them, I wouldn't be here. And I would like to acknowledge that I am on the unceded territory of the Musqueam, Stolo, and Tsleil-Waututh peoples. I know that as an instructor, moving forward is vital that I recognize where I came from so that we can go to a place that we actually want to go to. I know as an instructor, it's important to treat people holistically with equality, diversity, and inclusion as a vital part of how we instruct. So moving forward, through this video, you're going to see some of our plans for how we plan to incorporate media into our lessons, what kind of media, and for what purpose. So let's move forward. So generally speaking, when presenting, media is important. Thinking back to the first classroom, do you think that the teacher was standing there with nothing? I don't think so. Even back then, teachers had blackboards and chalk. So teaching has always been something that has had some kind of media. Now with computers, with PowerPoint, and so many different kinds of platforms that you can use to instruct, media is going to be an important part. According to Meyer's principles, multimedia makes it so much better. It's important to cater to your audience so that you can engage with them in a dynamic and interesting kind of way. And we know from the interleaving effect that it's important to go back and forth between different kinds of media so that the brain can create new pathways. The brain is incredibly flexible, but also constantly seeking new things kind of organ. So it's really important to know your audience, know who they are. Obviously, they're here to see you and your class, whatever you're teaching, but make sure that your content is presented in a way that's fun and dynamic and keeps people engaged. It's so important. Moving on to the next slide. For PIDP 3240, we looked at all of the guiding resources for this course. Meyer's principles for multimedia, we looked at all of them. We looked at everything that was involved in the course, and Meyer's principles are some of the biggest ones that we're using here. We also are looking at research that we did for another project, PAN from 2015, the interleaving effect. That was another one that we think is really important to utilize while presenting information. And generally speaking, we know that we have to look at the individuals and the group, look at the audience, look at who you're talking to, get to know people, and then see what the best ways to present to each individual group or group of individuals that you're talking to. Okay, so what is my plan going forward in terms of using media, context, types of students, and subjects? Personally, most of my classes, I imagine, I'm going to be teaching in real life. However, I think that there might also be an opportunity for me to teach by making videos just like this and then posting them online to a YouTube channel so that the knowledge can be shared freely. I cannot imagine going forward teaching without some kind of media, and I'm so excited. PowerPoint alone has so many different options. It's so versatile and so functional. And what I've learned from this course, from my research for this course, is barely the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more that I know that I can do with PowerPoint that I haven't learned yet. Factoring in that there's so many other different kinds of media that can be used to make presentations for learning, I'm very excited about getting to know other options like Kahoot, and that's just the one name that I've got listed here. There's so many more. I think, again, for context, in real life, web-based only, online, live online, there's so many different ways to use media. And obviously, I don't think there's a way to go forward as an instructor without media of some kind. Even my sister-in-law's church uses PowerPoint. So really, context-wise, it should be able to be inserted and function in any context where learning is taking place. Subjects, again, with PowerPoint, you can talk about anything you want on PowerPoint. Kahoot and other like Quizlet, those kinds of medias where you can engage with people, the content is up to you. You can make it about anything you want it to be about. And for any group of people, once you know who your audience is, you can cater to your audience with the media that you're using. And again, there's so many different options. You really have the world of opportunity to share through media with your audience. So quickly, here are the references for this particular video and the research that we've done for PIDP 3240. Obviously, Meyer's 12 principles, but then we're also referencing Lindstrom's Indigenous Ways of Knowing. Miriam Barema, obviously, like in terms of teaching, that's a fundamental, right, for adult learning. And going back to Pan and the interleaving effect are major ones. But generally speaking, all of the content associated with PIDP 3240 was used and could easily be referenced for this video. Thank you so much for watching.